I'm starting about the 156-minute mark. You will hear a familiar voice if you've been around. It's Bendy Jen Liu that is on panel. I'm not going to play a whole lot of that because she was just kind of given a little bit of a level or playing field. Spanky was on before this too. But this is the part right here. This is the fucking wake the fuck up part that I'm going to set some people straight on. And by the way, anybody running around congratulating YouTubers on this, congratulating YouTubers that Betty is in jail. The fuck is wrong with you people? Do you understand that this has nothing to do with YouTubers? These are two separate situations. Betty fucked around and found out with one too many victims and their families. That's a completely separate situation. We've got to completely compartmentalize these into two different situations. And they're completely trying to take what Betty did, Betty's intentions, Betty's things, and mix it into one thing and talk about all of the other things. Does it impact other things? Yes, I will talk about that. But that's fucking weird, people. A victim's family had to go into a courtroom while having a missing child and ask for protection from the court. At the end of the day, it's sadly just a piece of paper. They shouldn't have never had to be in this position to begin with. They should never. And the fact that people are bombarding them during these incidents, blowing them up, wanting details from them, talking to them, all of that shit is mind-blowing to me. I could have done that too. I could have messaged them all day and what's going on? Tell me the inside. Da, da, da. Nope. That's not who I am. That's not what I do. This family is going through enough. They have a missing child. Drives me fucking batty. Anyways, let me just say what I got to say and get out of here before I fucking light everybody's asses on fire because I don't like nobody today. I woke up in that I don't fuck with any of you attitude.
Should be bashing the Proudfoots or Seth. I don't bash either one of them at all.
Exactly. I agree. I agree with that.
It's all about Seth. It's all about Sebastian.
So Nana says right there, she fucks up and says, it's all about Seth. Yeah, we know. We know for many of you it's all about Seth, but this is two separate situations. Let me be very clear. Betty knew that she had legal pending troubles before she made the decision to leave from Florida to go to Tennessee for this vigil. Let me be very fucking clear. Betty intentionally knew that she had pending legal issues because of what her and her behavior had been doing before she made the choice to get in her car from Florida and drive to Tennessee. She had intent. They knew that this was all a potential culmination. She actively went to Tennessee. This was scheduled beforehand. A respectful, mindful, give a shit about Seth person, if she's so for Seth and he so would have sat out and said, nope, I'm not bringing my chaos there. It could be chaotic. We don't know what's going to happen. I didn't show up for court. I've been doing this and this and this. And instead of that, she, but she could have made that choice. Let me be very clear. And it should all be about Sebastian. Hey, everybody coming in.
Sebastian is the number one.
It's just so tumultuous. It has gotten, people keep saying not yet. Well, could we agree?
And this is where everybody got so pissed at me in Georgia too, because I sat here and looked at all this stuff and went, Jesus, this is a fucking disaster and a train wreck I want nothing to do with. And that's exactly what's happening. Again, I promised you guys I would cover the stuff that's going on around this case, but I will be doing it in the nonsense way of this is bullshit. A family should not have to be going through this, period. And as far as YouTubers, y'all are grown ass fucking adults who make a lot of money on this goddamn app exploiting minor children and talking about their stories. I don't got no give a fuck for any of you. Sorry. It is what it is.
That this has gotten a little worse than Summer Wells' case. The drama surrounding it. I think that we are reaching at least we're getting close to being a little worse because, it's almost like politics, Jen.
Yeah. It's one of those cases that's really polarizing.
I agree with Jen Liu on this. It is very polarizing case.
I haven't seen a case this polarizing where it's one side or the other. And there's
oh, Tia, if you haven't heard this yet, you're gonna probably just be like, what the fuck? This is why I'm reviewing it.
There's like no middle room at all. You either feel one way or you feel the opposite way. There's no middle at all, middle ground. And
actually I disagree with her there. There is middle ground. There's a lot of us that are saying that there is middle ground. But the crazy thing is Sebastian's case isn't even a true crime story. Like, it's not a true crime story. Now that you go true crime creators, you finally got a crime around Sebastian's case you can fucking latch onto. Yay, go true crime creators. Look at you all go.
It's been a long time since I've seen a case like this. And it's kind of, I don't know. It makes me sad that so many.
And I'm going to be a petty fucking bitch this morning, just so you know. I'm really, really irritated and I'm really, really sick of fucking everybody. So there's that.
People are fighting the way that they are. And the saddest part for me is really that Sebastian is lost. And he's, in this case, and he is.
Sebastian's been lost since Jump.
Also lost in this world. And that makes me sad. That does.
Yeah.
Jen,
yeah, it is.
We can agree on one thing.
What's that?
Sebastian is the middle ground.
Mm-hmm. Sebastian is the middle ground. What?
And
he is. But yeah, it's just sad.
Listen, so
no, Sebastian's a missing child. He's not the middle ground. He's a missing child.
y'all don't.
who has been completely stripped of his dignity by every single person.
The only reason that I just shared that with y'all wasn't to be hateful or it wasn't
Fuck yeah, she is, B-Fergs.
cruel at all. I was showing that because a lot of people don't believe that
And don't take this that I'm sticking up for Betty at all. You'll hear what I have to say. You'll get my opinions coming up here too. I ain't sticking up for Betty. Betty intentionally fucking did all this.
she's in jail. That's proof. That's all.
Yeah, that's
Wasn't
okay.
to comment Betty. So please don't take it that way. It's
And she's still trying to play the fucking ride the fence to her audience of it's not to come at
Not-
Betty.
I'm not that kind of person. I'm just showing that yes, that she's there. I mean, but I don't know. It's so messed up.
It is.
I'm
It's
trying
so
to be so
messed up.
careful.
Nana went and talked herself in circles earlier in this live stream about how she wasn't going to say Betty was arrested because she wasn't booked and there wasn't information. There wasn't a mugshot. Basically, it was Nana's problem. I'm not going to say she's arrested. I'm not doing that. Allegedly, she was arrested. She just kept playing all this circle talk around. It's fucking weird.
Maybe if you don't you have like a his missing person flyer or something? Let me get down off the panel. Maybe share that, and that'll be like a good
Oh, and look who enters the chat. Look who enters the chat.
way to move it back onto Sebastian. Just share his missing persons folder or flyer, not folder. I'm sorry, I'm tired, you guys.
No, I got it. The Amber Alert flyer.
Oh, and by the way, somebody asked why the comments are off on that one video. It's because I used music and it's copyrighted. So it can be shared. Like they have a copyright share thing on that music. It's not a monetized. It must have instantly shut the comments off on a copyrighted video like that. But that's not the purpose of it anyways. There's something that I can't control in that video because of the copyright, obviously. So it's just photos for a reason, just to remind people Sebastian is the missing child. That's it. So you want to share those, use those, do whatever you want. But that's the reason why the comments are off. Nothing more. I have no idea why it just shut them off.
Yeah. Do that, and maybe that way it'll be. I appreciate you guys having me up, Brittany. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, anytime.
know.
You're always welcome.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm tired and I'm sick, so
Oh,
this probably
no.
wasn't a good night for me to even click the link and try to discuss this. But anyway, thank you, babe. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good rest of your night and weekend.
It was nice meeting
Bye.
you.
It was nice meeting you too, Nana. Bye.
Bye. Night. Y'all please say a prayer for Jen that she gets to feeling better. Listen, y'all. And Lana, it's good to see you. Truth and Transparency. Really good to see you. Thank you for coming in the chat tonight. Listen, I'm shocked that they haven't found him either, Lana. Have you spoke on this case? Have you covered it?
Oh yeah, let's get another person in here. That's a complete fucking train wreck. Let's just, yeah.
Justin said people didn't believe me today when I went live. They tried to tar and feather me. Yeah, you didn't deserve that.
Justin, of course, has intel because his mod ICU has access to computer systems and programs she shouldn't have access to. I'll be the first to say it. I don't know what the fuck that bitch accesses, but she's got access to shit and records on people that they should never have. Period. I'll say that. And ICU was a mod of Betty's and Spanky's. So of course they're going to have intel that nobody else has. But I don't know what that bitch accesses, but they run backgrounds on all sorts of fucking people. And it is what it is. That's just what they do.
You didn't deserve that at all.
And you just wanted to show proof, Brittany. So there it
Yes,
is.
that's all. All these eyes allegedly on this case, makes you wonder if they truly are. Well, Lena, I know you do a lot of the Idaho 4, and I believe
The Idaho 4 that they have sensationalized and made into a complete and epic shit show.
my humble opinion, I feel like with the Idaho 4 case, there's a lot of there's a crap ton of distractions in that
Kind of like them trying to claim that the cartel was involved, you fucking idiots.
case, in my opinion. And with Sebastian's case from day one, I felt like something's not right. Like it feels like there's an agenda at play, and anybody that digs into this case long enough sees it. At least if you're not biased and in your mind's like,
Listen to this shit. If you're not biased, my fucking God.
And Bullhorn Betty was at Idaho 4 too with Olivia.
No shit.
Brittany,
yes,
you know I'm a person that has to see the fact. So thank you for showing me that picture. But until I saw that she was actually booked, I couldn't put it into perspective. Yeah.
I just don't
It's just,
think that
it's just me. I'm very factual.
we're looking at.
Oh, there's my buddy. Look at my buddy over there. Look at my buddy over there. Hi, Erica. You fucking lying some more on people? Shocker, you're involved over there. Not.
At a lot of bullcrap. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it. The police arresting her during the vigil was a disservice. They should have never done that.
The police arresting her was a disservice. They should have never done that. Okay.
Betty, I will say Betty should have went to her hearing, but the police to arrest her at the vigil, there's a time and a place for anything.
There is a time and a place for anything. If you have open issues, legal issues, and you choose to go from your state of Florida to another state of Tennessee, knowing that you have legal ramifications potentially looming over your head, you are knowingly walking yourself into that. And once again, intentionally, as a grown-ass 45-year-old adult at 165 pounds, deciding to put yourself in the middle of that and take that risk. It is not on the police that she showed up there. It is not their fault that they have a fucking job to do and handle business. That is not their fault. So this little fucking weird spin.
But Brittany, remember what I said? She was there about Sebastian.
Now they're already asking, are they FOIA-ing?
That could be the reason why they arrested her. She's not supposed to have Sebastian in her mouth. She was wearing his t-shirt.
Yeah, maybe that is
But
why.
she shouldn't have been arrested. Not during Sebastian's case.
She shouldn't have been arrested, not during Sebastian's case. Get the
I agree
It should have
with
been about Sebastian.
should have been about Sebastian. It was about Sebastian. Seth carried on with his vigil. Betty is not a key factor in Sebastian being missing. Please, people, start separating shit here. Betty's behavior and her criminal acts do not reflect on Sebastian. There are two separate situations here. She actively put herself in that, and she is the one who took that chaos into that. She was invited by Seth and Tony.
Always about Bullhorn Betty.
Well, let me
It
just
took
say
away
this.
from Sebastian. That's
Truth,
just my opinion.
Elena says, did anyone put in a FOIA on why Betty was arrested? I'm sure somebody is. I haven't. It's honestly, it just now happened.
This was last night. A lot more has came out. She's been transferred to Sumner County, yada, yada, yada. You can get all the details if you want. You can go look it up if you want. You got your true crime part of it. Follow Betty's shit.
was just booked a couple hours ago, about 9. Girl, police will arrest you anytime and place. It's not their job to worry about what's going on. I get that, but it just seems like, damn, this kid is missing. He hasn't been seen in 181 days, and y'all can't wait until the vigil's over.
And what does arresting one fucking loudmouth goddamn YouTuber who crossed the line, stalked and harassed the family members of the missing child have anything to do with him being missing? Please tell me. Please tell me how arresting one person who has caused nothing but chaos and confusion and misinformation in this case has anything to do with the outcome of Sebastian being found. I'll wait. Anybody in the chat got fucking gonna tell me? Anybody? Anybody care to tell me how one thing translates to the other? Because it doesn't. It doesn't. These crybaby bitches are crying because, oh my God, there's consequences of people's actions.
Let me clarify, Brittany is not to blame for other creators who use that booking photo. It is public information. Thank you. I did not show her booking photo to be disrespectful.
You know what upsets me about
Who the fuck cares if you did? She caused harm. So what?
this, Brittany? And you may want to delete me right now.
Delete you? Nana, shut up.
Why?
Thank you. I agree, Lana.
Is Betty had nothing to do with Sebastian missing, and she's been booked, and she's been arrested.
Listen to this part right here.
This case is a whole new level of insanity.
Where is Sebastian? Where are the people that took him? Where are the people
We don't know if somebody took him. We don't know that. Based on evidence right now, we don't have enough to even say that happened.
that should be arrested for Sebastian missing?
We have no idea if anybody should be arrested for Sebastian being missing at this point in time. It should have been solely about awareness of a missing child. There's no crime that's been committed at this point in time. If you're following the actual facts of the case, law enforcement has not given us enough evidence or even hints to know what the hell the outcome of this case is going to be at this time. But that's factually speaking, which true crime creators seem to not even fucking pay attention to anymore, because this has never been a true crime case. This has been an awareness case of a missing child with no crime committed at this point in time. Could it change? Absolutely. We're not there yet.
I'm sorry, but that's how I feel, and I'm very disturbed with this tonight. I'm very disturbed.
Then fucking do your little panel thing that you did the other night that was so embarrassing to watch. I'm sorry, Nana, but when you're on panel and you're saying that you are repeatedly sitting on your hands when you're sitting on panel trying to muzzle yourself, basically not talk, it is not sitting on your hands. You say you're sitting on your hands when you're in a chat so you don't type shit. When you're on panel, you are holding your mouth shut. I'm not saying what I have to think. You're not sitting on your hands when you're trying not to talk. Can you stop saying my shit and embarrassing the fuck out of all of us that say we're sitting on our hands because you don't even know how to properly sit on your motherfucking hands? Your mouth and your hands are two separate fucking entities. Okay, let's fucking figure it out, Nana. God, you drive me nuts.
You have every right to feel the way you do.
I just think that we're getting to a point where a dangerous precedence has been set, and because people don't.
A dangerous fucking precedence. This is why I'm here. You stupid motherfuckers. A dangerous precedent. This isn't a precedent. This is called victims have rights. That's what this is called. They've had rights all along. It's about time somebody slapped them down with some. And the court actually allowed the family to slap them down with some. This isn't a dangerous precedent. This is nothing. This is called legal ramifications of your shitty behavior. Setting a dangerous precedent that a fucking loudmouth person who has stalked and harassed the family and calls it a career gets arrested for their behaviors is a dangerous fucking precedent. My God.
Don't like Betty, it's easy to just automatically be like, off with her head kind of damn thing. And it's like, yes, Betty was born. We know that. Should she have done the thing she's done? No. But then at the same
Well, you were taking up for her not long ago and saying that she didn't do anything. She didn't do anything that constituted harassment or stalking. Where did that energy go?
time, there's another part of me that's like,
This whole flip-flop and fucking fence riding bullshit posture and shit is disgusting to me. And true crime creators have a gift of trying to do it.
This is about Sebastian. This is not about Betty.
I know
Oh
that.
God, I'm like,
okay,
I'm
but
losing my mind. I'm losing my mind.
It's hard not to talk about it. You still have to talk about it because
ahead,
unfortunately
go
it's a part of the situation. She's been arrested so much.
No, it's truly not, though. You can separate the situations out. Sebastian being missing has nothing to do with Betty and her choice and her actions. She chose to go to Tennessee to create a ruckus. That's always her plan. Sebastian being missing and awareness for Sebastian continued on. Seth and Tony in the vigil continued on. Betty is one fucking person.
I mean, it could have been an old no. Okay, so Amber, what it is Sebastian's stepdad and mother. Sebastian's mother, Katie Proudfoot and Chris Proudfoot, took out a protection
Oh, I know. We're going there too, Revival.
order against Betty. And then Chris's mom.
So factually how this went was Katie Proudfoot and Terry and Kathy Bowersox filed for orders of protection after Betty had been in their area numerous times. I've showed the clips, I've shown the videos, stalking and harassing, making wild threats and claims online numerous times. You can listen to Betty herself talk about cyber stalking and how you cannot keep somebody under surveillance. Meanwhile, she turns around and does the same thing to this family of a missing child. They filed for temporary orders of protection. Chris Proudfoot did not file even anywhere remotely in the same vicinity of time frame as they did. Those 3 TPOs went into place. Then she missed the first court date. They were extended. The next court date, well, Chris filed right before the second court date. So then Chris filed for a temporary order of protection. His is in place right now. He still has a TPO. His full restraining order is not active at this point in time. It's just a temporary. They go to court on the 26th for Chris's. So currently she has 3 one-year restraining orders with Kathy, Katie, and Terry, and a temporary with Chris Proudfoot. Let's separate it out and make it clear what this is.
And his stepdad did the same. So Betty ended up getting hit with 4 protection orders. 3 of those protection orders, there was a court date on the 22nd, August the 22nd, your birthday, actually, Amber. They had their court hearing. She was a no-show. Betty didn't show up. Well, the judge granted the protection order to Katie Proudfoot and both the Bowersox. And the protection order was to last a year. And the terms of the protection order was.
This is where I crack up right here. The terms of the protection order. Nobody knows the terms of the protection order at this point in time. They're not publicly available. Nobody knows exactly what was written in the little details of what she can and can't do. There's people who were in the courtroom, and if you want to listen to them and think that they're being completely honest and transparent about every little thing, feel free to do that. I choose to hold my fucking ass and wait until there's actual documentation of what the fuck is written in there and the guidelines that the judge specifically states, because I've heard all these things about, oh, she can be violated for this and violated for that and violated for this.